All right, the Silverado SS is a Ram TRX killer. Welcome back to another episode of Stars. I'm your host, Z. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. And from 04 to 07, Chevy made the Silverado SS. It came with a 6-liter LQ98, making 345 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque. It was connected to a 4-speed 465E automatic transmission. It weighed about 5,240 pounds, has a 410 rear end, and a full-time four-wheel drive system that does a 38-62 power split. Now, before this car inflation thing happened, you could find these used at the same price as GTOs, which is about 10 grand. Now they go for anywhere from like 20 to 35 grand. The higher the miles, the lower the price typically on these, but it is what it is. The LQ9 doesn't have many weak points in it. I mean, the stock rods handle 700 horsepower, and the crank at max can handle 900. So all the parts I list off here is going to be found in Summit Racing, but only thing you really need are forged pistons, Holley vent kits, trunnion bearings and rocker arms, and you're good as far as addressing the weak points. As far as power goes, you can port and polish the factory heads. You can either get a Truck Norris cam or a LS9 cam, and I mention that because the TVS 1900 supercharger kits that are out there, they're pretty much 50 state legal, so anybody can do them. If you don't live in a place where you don't have to worry about that or you just don't care, go ahead, throw a turbo on there or a spray or whatever. That's fine. Intake manifolds, the truck manifolds flow pretty well, but if you wanted to get an LS1, LS6 ones are there too. And as far as the transmission goes, a monster high stall torque converter and a transcooler, and that's a wrap. I mean, this is pretty much like a $10,000, $11,000 build, more or less, depending on how you go about this. Now, even if you were to get the most expensive example of a a Silverado SS today, forgive me, with these parts, we're talking about $50,000 overall, more or less. Not including labor, of course, unless you're doing all your work yourself. Versus the Ram TRX, which, like the Trackhawk, goes anywhere from $80,000 to over $100,000 right now. And speaking of, all the people who called me crazy in the Trackhawk Killer video saying, oh, the Trailblazer will never beat a Trackhawk even if it were built. It doesn't matter. Well, just a simple YouTube search will prove you wrong, number one. But number two, let me just do some simple, quick math for you. For conversation's sake, if the Ram TRX made 700 horsepower to the wheels, which it does not, but let's just say that it did, and the Silverado I just listed off did the same as well. The Silverado weighs 5,240 pounds. The Ram TRX is 1,200 pounds heavier. And they're both four-wheel drive, so they're both going to get traction. Which is the faster truck? So my point is, even if it ran a Trackhawk, same deal. So again, my point is, it won't need to make 700 to compete with the said 700 to the crank of the Ram or the Trackhawk at this point. And truth be told, because they're heavier, they have to make more power to compete with it anyway. We're talking 900 horsepower or more. And that's why they need to, because they are heavier. But let me know what you guys think. Do you have a Silverado? Do you want to get one? Do you want to build yours? Because you don't even need to get the SS, really. There's another trim of the Silverado that has it's a wolf in sheep's clothing, really. It has the same, platform as the SS, and it's just in a regular Silverado body. So let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, and share. If you don't know, now you know, but do what you want to do.